What is your offering? How are you making an impact into the lives of people or even organizations? That's what this pillar kind of really drills down. So, if you listen into previous episodes, we talked about entrepreneurship and the journey. We talked about strategy. Right now, we're drilling down into offering or your product or service. We're going to go more into pillar number 4, which is people slash the human part. Number 5 is going to be operations slash legal. Then we're going to go into number 6, which is visibility, 7, financial, and then 8 is technology. So going into each of these aspects of business and each of these foundations, it's not anything more than being able to kind of arm people with a little bit more insight and information to the complexity of business, not necessarily how all the different aspects are siloed, but actually how they're very much so intertwined and how you want to have greater awareness around all those things because they're very much so interconnected and they depend on one another. Just if you want to check out a CEO hack, check out this book called Range. And the kind of idea behind it is that the people that are able to have a range of different experiences and perspectives are going to be able to solve the problems of tomorrow. And it's often because there is a world where everything is becoming so much more specialized. You hear it so many times, and even us with our digital marketing company, we've gone back and forth about whether or not we should specialize on a specific industry. And there's pros and cons of each. A lot of it dials into exactly what we talked about in the previous pillar, which is around strategy. Like, what is the strategy of the business? Like, how do you define success? What does success look like? And that can be different things for different people. But because it didn't necessarily align with our strategy, that wasn't something that I necessarily wanted to do, and nothing that we felt very strongly compelled to do. But what we wanted to drill down is really start to understand why you're doing the things that you're doing. Often, when people start businesses, when they have that napkin and they're writing down the ideas, they're learning more about entrepreneurship. When they're going into the strategy of what exactly they're doing, they find themselves saying, okay, now how do I do this? How do I package this? And that's really what the offering is. Like, what are you offering to potential clients and customers so that you can make the impact in their lives and their businesses? Or what transformation are you ultimately trying to achieve? Now, we're going to drill down a little bit more into the next pillar, the next episode, which is the human part of business. But what I really wanted to do is make sure that you understand that a lot of times people want these things to lead to some type of transformation. Often your product and service that you're talking about is not the thing that you're actually offering. Usually it's something else. If you are a fitness trainer, while you're trying to help people lose weight, gain muscle, um, whatever that might be, and however we're so often like looking at that, if you're doing nutrition planning, or you're planning out, or you're doing meal prep or something along those lines, you're typically not doing the thing that you think that you're doing. What you're doing is you're providing some type of transformation. So what is this transformation? This transformation for the fitness coach could be helping people to feel more life within who they are, so that it could positively impact their wives, their spouses, it could be their sons and daughters, to help them to show up better, at work. All these things could be results of being able to provide that transformation. But the big thing is that you want to really start to drill down on the impact that you're making. And a lot of times you do that by not just saying, I provide nutrition planning, or I do meal prep, or I potentially add a deck to your house, or I fix leaky pipes so that you don't have to have issues. You're providing some type of transformation. The key is like, how do you dial into that? How you tap into that? So, of course, generally speaking, you're going to talk about your products and services and what exactly you do, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are able to find the people that you're able to serve. If somebody has a leaky pipe, it doesn't make sense for you to maybe say, okay, I don't want to talk about your leaky pipe. I want to talk about how we're providing transformation in your house. Like, no, not necessarily, not in that case exactly. So, what you want to understand, that these are ways that you're able to have a communication with clients, but it also is a way for you to understand exactly what you're doing and the impact that you're making, the problem that you're ultimately solving. Because what you're doing when people call you is you're providing them peace of mind. That peace of mind is allowing them to work on other aspects of their business, is allowing them to spend more time with their spouse, their children, is giving them the opportunity to not have to worry about that aspect of their business so they can work on other things. So are you saving them time? Are you giving them, the mental peace that they're ultimately achieving? These are things that you want to make sure that you are communicating because that's ultimately what you're doing. While you are definitely, obviously, of course, fixing that pipe, while you are, of course, helping people to lose weight, understand that you're allowing that person to be able to be confident enough to walk into their boss's office or virtually walk into their boss's office and ask for a raise. That confidence is something that you will see pours into each aspect of their life because things are not siloed. So you want to drill down more and more and more and understand that human part, which of course I'm going to dive into and delve down a little bit later. But know that this is going to be all around your product and service and the offering that you're providing. So make sure you define exactly what that is and what that looks like. A lot of times, because we're in digital marketing, we will actually ask clients to rank their services as far as like the ones that are making the most impact. What drives in the most revenue for you? Because often, when you have a better understanding of not just one aspect of what you're providing, but the catalog of what you're providing, you're able to understand if one is more valuable than another per se, or if something is maybe a little bit more experimental. So maybe you're testing or trying something out, or maybe you paid attention to clients and your product and service offering is going to be evolving, changing, and improving. So you want to pay attention to those things and know that it can evolve and change, and definitely, of course, give you space and time to be able to kind of test those things out, and of course, be able to improve those. And you want to, of course, be able to have those conversations with clients and customers, but know that it comes back to like, how are you solving that problem? This is, you had a problem, you understood in entrepreneurship, it's all around problem solving. This is how you package it. This is how you let people know these are my coaching services. This is my public speaking business, or potentially this is how exactly I'm providing HVAC services, or potentially I am that plumber that I'm going to come through and provide emergency support, or we're going to be um, on the offensive and we're actually going to help you before you have to call us. Or we're going to be on call if you have any tech issues, or you want to redesign your website, or you're trying to get more business through Google Ads, whatever that might be. It might be packaged in different ways, but no, this is the transformation that you're providing. Just don't forget about that human part because that's going to come through in everything that you're doing. But also know that you want to make sure, of course, that you're providing the product or service, but you want to really dial into the full journey of your potential client and customer. Now, this touches a little bit more on that visibility piece, but know that as you understand more about that journey that they're going through, you're going to be able to serve them even better because that's what happens at the end of the day. Product and service. Service is for you to serve. So know this offering is a way for you to serve. So if you understand that before someone calls or reaches out to a fitness instructor, that maybe your ideal client and customers have a little bit of apprehension or even fear around health, wellness, and fitness, it's going to change the way that you position yourself. It may even change your offering, may even change what you call your offering. You might not want to call it a boot camp if you're dealing with people that haven't gone through that process, but maybe you do want to do that because you want to really hammer home that um, the transformation that you're going to provide. We're going to boot camp. We're going to get you into the weight that you need to so that you can have that transformation in your life. You just want to understand each of those aspects and understand what that process looks like before the person calls, when when you're serving that client, whether it be one time or on a continual basis. And then even at the end, after the end, and after that, and after that, and after that. Just think about these apps that you might have on your phone when you're getting a message from Starbucks that there's a potential sale. And I don't go to Starbucks that much, so I'm not sure if there's actually sales. I'm sure there are, but you're getting points. So maybe you're 25 points away from getting a free mocha frappuccino or whatever that might be your drink of choice. The point being is that you have a really good idea on what that journey looks like and how that journey extends beyond when they're buying your potential products and services. So again, the more you can understand what that offering is, the more you can provide more value. And value doesn't always have to mean your product or service. As we'll talk about a little bit later, And in each of the pillars, you can provide value with the visibility that you're sharing, the things that you're doing, the way that you're getting in front of your clients and customers. So just know and understand that whole kind of customer journey, and make sure that you're able to see and evaluate how you're able to provide value according to that journey. But that's pillar number three. Your offering, product, or service. Of course, we're going to drill down more to each of the other eight, or the other seven, eight total pillars, and see how that could potentially help you out with your business. But my goal here is just to give you a little bit more of an idea on like what that looks like, and how you could potentially provide that impact. And of course, us be able to position and kind of drill down on the content that you're listening to, so that it will help support each of these aspects, so you can know exactly what you're looking for. And of course, you can check out our community that we're relaunching, so that you can drill down a little bit more on each of those aspects and what that looks like. So this is Gresh signing out. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day. Don't forget, you are providing service to people that you ultimately want to work with. Think about how you're able to solve that problem, how you're able to make their day better. And then that's going to allow you to be where they're searching for and think of you when they're trying to do that. Thanks, and talk to you soon.